Extra! Guitar plugin manufacturer releases a plugin that is for free that alleges to be better than everything else. Or at least a great alternative to all the other paid competition. Today we're going to have our first look and a quick review of the Tonocracy plugin. I'm Jorge Lanzas, and now we break it down, baby. Alright, thank you so much for being here again today. I've heard through the grapevine that there's this magical, mythical plugin that is free, but it doesn't hold out on quality or features. And for what little research I did about this plugin, because I really don't want to know anything about it, I want to discover it and see how easy it is for a person that doesn't know anything about it to actually start using it.
Like, how long will it take me?
Because I feel like that tells you a lot about the user interface, their layout, and the workflow that they chose to use. If I can't figure it out quickly, there's a problem. I use so many kinds of plugins and a lot of guitar amp sims and all that kind of stuff. And I feel that if it's hard for me to figure it out on a video while doing a review, it might be a little bit too hard to figure out. All right, rant over. Let's stop the talking, get to the rocking, and grab a guitar. Today we're going to be using my PRS SE Custom 2408 because I really trust this guitar, and whenever I'm trying something new, I want to make sure that I'm taking all the variables away from the equation. I know how this sounds, I know how all my other plugins react with this guitar, so I'll be able to know if there's anything different with this one. Alright, I'm going to go get my headphones. And this would be the perfect time for you, my friend, to go get your set of headphones or plug into your favorite speakers, earbuds, wherever you feel the most comfortable listening to. Please do that so that we can have a constructive conversation in the comment section.
Alright, let's do it.
Alright, so here we are on my computer, and as you can see, this is the Tonocracy plugin. Very slick, simple interface, I would say. And of course, the first thing that I like to see, resizable interface. Let's do it to this size so that my camera is not interfering. Right, and the first thing that I see is that it has like three parts. One where you have like these like building blocks. Then a depiction of the amp that I want to say. And then in the bottom right here, as you can see, there's like an attention window where everything that you're doing comes into an attention right there. And did you see the difference between the actual amp controls and the whatever is right here on the interface? It's like this is like a bumped down version of what you actually have. I'd like to see that there's stuff like speaker compression and output level. Then what else do we see? We see that there's something here called presets, and then there's factory presets, user presets. There's none because I haven't done anything. And of course our components. Pretty sizable collection. What's this? Oh, nice. Are these like special amps?
Nice.
Okay, so we will have to probably check those. I don't know if in this episode, but we'll try to check it. Then if we go up here, we see our menu. Okay, new preset and all that kind of stuff. And then undo, redo. This is crucial to have. And then, of course, our little blocks, like we said. I wonder how hard or easy it is to change these blocks. But I'm getting a little bit bored of talking. Let's start hearing some noise. Okay, and we are here right now in something called Classic Plexi. Let's hear how this sounds. Okay, that reverb. Let's try to check what's up. Okay, at least let's turn it down. See what's up. Okay, that sounds a lot better with less reverb. Let's turn it all the way off. Very, very noisy, this one, right? Let's see if we can fix that with the noise gate. Although I feel like the noise gate is doing a good job. This is not a noise gate kind of problem. I feel like consistently I've been noticing that everything that is a capture has a lot more of that like broadband noise. And it doesn't matter where you try to gate it, it's not going away. It's like part of the sound. It's embedded into it. And like the level is not really variable. It doesn't depend on the guitar that you're using. It's just there, which is not bad at all. I'm just making the observation. And most modelers don't really have that kind of noise. Or if some have it, sometimes they do have like a slider or like a knob or a switch that you can actually just flick and then you turn that off. Even in the world of audio plugins, you can do that same thing. You turn the analog noise on or off if you want to, but I'm always hearing that very prevalent in the captures. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, I feel like that sounds pretty good, but let's start exploring more sounds. And now that we are here in amp, let's see, this is a British Plex 100, and that's very cool. Did you see, like when I hit the name, it just opens the category of amps. We have a pretty good selection. British Plex 100, let's see, a 65 Lux. Okay, and the first test that I'm going to do, let's see what happens with the cabinet. Oh, no, we still have that Marshall. Let's try it with the Jensen for the Fender. That sounds pretty nice. Let's try it with this other one. Nice, it has a little bit more breakup. Let's check this other one. Okay, pretty cool, but I feel like this is probably the one that we should be using. I feel like it just instantly sounded like a guitar, right? The other one sounded a little bit different. Very, very, very cool. Let's see what else we have on amps. Go back to the amps. Okay, 65 lux. I really like this way because it's very easy for me to just go this back and forth like a map. Right, then a Vox 30 chime. And then again, there's my pet peeve. Then I have to go and change the cabinet. That blue sounds really good. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's see what else do we have. Let's just check one more because I get tired of changing that. So that's going to be my first pet peeve. I always knock every single developer the same way. Like if you're going to give me an amp, please, as a default, just match it with the best cabinet. Nobody wants their first impression of your great AC30 to be an AC30 going through like maybe like a cigar box speaker. You know what I mean? I feel like it's a great practice to always, as a default, lock an amplifier with a cabinet. And then if the user wants to get creative, then they can do whatever they want. They can just unlock that feature and choose the cabinet that they want to use. But as a default, always have the best depiction of every single amp that you have because you don't want to leave it to user error for somebody to just listen to your amps and say, ugh, this sounds terrible, and just dismiss you because you didn't pair the right amplifier with the right cabinet. And of course, that's a message from you and me to the developers, right, my friend? So I want to hear what you have to say in the comments. Okay, let's keep moving. Let's just check one more amp or whatever. Or like just see if something just catches our attention. Let's see, there's this Eddie Van Halen red. I'd like to try that one. And let's see if we have a cap that matches that. Hey, maybe we can use any Marshall. Let's try with this one first. Pretty good. Very different. Now this one. Wow, that one's like super tight, huh? Okay, I missed that green. Pretty okay. The orange. Pretty nice. Let's see the Tony Gray. Those are all okay. I think like so far my favorite was this. But let's try this other one because it says EV. Maybe that's the one. As soon as I see the settings that we have in the amp and I hear that cabinet, it sort of makes me feel that that's the cabinet that you're supposed to be using because I hear like that lack of bass. I mean, that to me sounds pretty good. So let's just choose a different platform, something clean, and let's check the pedals that we have. Okay, let's go right here. I think I like that 65 lux. It was sounding really good. Even through that cabinet, huh? Let's change back to this cabinet. Back to single coil sound, my neck pickup. Really good. It sounds really good. Let me turn this down. I usually like to do this with my cabinets sort of like turn it down to like 6K, maybe 7K or 8K if you want to be conservative. I just want to hear the amp right now, right? And this one in particular sounds really good. I want to make this caveat right now because I already tried to make this video a couple times, and something that this plugin is asking from me is that I turn my input settings down lower than I'm used to. And take that for whatever you want, but you know, this is a free plugin, so I'm willing to adapt just to get the best sound that I can. And honestly, even if it wasn't a free plugin, I would still be adapting just to make sure that I always get the best sound possible. Don't be afraid to move your things, don't be afraid to change your settings, as long as you're getting the best sound possible. And in the case that you're getting a free plugin, I'm assuming that you maybe don't have enough budget, so this starting to sound more and more like a good option for me. What is it looking like for you? Let me know in the comment section, and remember, while you're there, remember to like, subscribe, and do all those cool things that we like to do on YouTube, and enjoy this little bossa nova, my friend. I hope your day keeps getting better and better and better. Alright, let's keep going. Woo! And now that I told you what happens with the input section, I feel that now that guitar just feels exactly what I'm used to. I mean, this amp sounds really good to me. Let me see what this air control does. I'm so happy they did that, because all of a sudden this amp has like, it's maybe like a bright switch, almost like feels to me, but a little bit more organic. And granted, we still don't have like all the spank in the world. I feel like it just got a lot better. Like it still feels warm and nice. Pretty good sound. Really, really happy that I'm checking that one out. Let's put a little bit of a spring reverb if we have. Pretty good. We have a bunch of reverbs, of course. And okay, we are on a plate. Let's choose the deluxe spring. Double click. Let's go. It's on. That sounds pretty good. Let's try to tone it down a bit. Maybe not the decay, but that mix. I'm always a big proponent on turning your effects really low. Unless you really want to hear the effect. Let's hear this. That's pretty cool. Let's see what happens if we put it before the cabinet, if we can. Oh, yes, we can. I just did that because I feel like whenever I'm using an amp, of course, right? Everything is coming through the cabinet, right? So of course I want to hear the reverb through the cabinet, and all of a sudden it just felt so much more natural. Pretty good sound. pretty good sound. It's gonna travel all the way up and hear what's up. It's more like a mid-range. I feel like it just gets honky every time I do that in this kind of amps. I'm really glad I tried that. Let's turn the high cut pretty low, and then this. See what's up. Yeah, these are very like roomy, not like very large, not like really like a big ambience kind of tone. Most of these feel, to me at least so far, as like very nice sounding reverbs. Or like organic room recreations is what I wanted to say. But whatever, let's just get rid of that. Now that we heard it, let's go move on. Let's hit back. Pretty good. Now we have the delay section, and let's try to get a simple delay right before that reverb. Let's get this analog delay and put it right here. Let's check it out. I really like that they went with the filter at 2K because it already sounds like I would have wanted the delay to sound. Okay, so that's a pretty good sound so far. I feel like we have pretty good cleans. Already I feel like we have great selection of reverbs, which is pretty great. A few delays, which is not bad. Let's see if we have a little bit of a chorus really quick. I feel like here in the modulation section, let's do a stomp chorus and let's put it right before the amp. So now let's move on to our drive section, and so far it's here as a default, the Supreme Drive. Let's check it out. I mean, that sounds pretty good. It's a really nice drive. Let's turn the delay and the reverb off so that we're not really distracted by it right now. Maybe a little bit muddy, but we can fix that with the tone knob. Just a tiny bit hunky, but that's not a bad thing. So let's see the other kind of drives we have. Okay, we have a green screamer. I mean, that feels like pretty distorted to me. Consider that I only have the drive on 3. I feel like there's definitely something good to offer here. And last but not least, let's go check a few presets. I want to say that I heard Rob Chapman in the video, so he might be part of this whole situation. Okay, let's hear this stereo saturation. Great thing to come to the presets because see, okay, so you can do this. How do you get to this? Split. Where do you find the split? Needless to say, my friend, that we're not going to go through all the presets, but at least let's check a couple. There's so much stuff here. Okay, let's check another preset. Wow. Okay, they took it to the extreme with 3 things. How do you do all these splits? Man, we have to figure this out because that's cool. Split and join. Where do you find these? I want to find them. Help me find them. We're gonna have to figure this out because this is a free plugin, you know what I mean? This is what's great. If you can do all this, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm always looking for a solution that can do all the things that I need to make a tone in one simple plugin, and I don't have to like go and reach out to a bunch of other plugins in my DAW. I mean, of course I can, but I like it when you don't have to. For example, that's the reason why I haven't checked the Nembrini amps, because that looks to me like it's a amp per amp basis, and I don't know, I don't really like that, but let me know in the comment section if I really should go check the Nembrini things. Okay, let's go check this out again. That is cool. The fact that you can actually separate these things. That's exactly what I'm looking for in amps. That's exactly what I was looking for earlier, but I couldn't find it. This sounds really good. Let's see what you can do with the reverb. Like for example, here I would add a little bit of presence and I would take the bass down. Maybe presence to 7. Don't be exaggerated, Jorge. I mean, I'm sure that if I tweak it enough, I can get a great sound. That's what really, really matters. Okay, 59 jump. That reverb is killing us. Okay, that's pretty cool. I feel like they're all sort of like based in like a Marshall, which I really love. Okay, and on that note, let's get a few conclusions. Alright, my friends, so there you have it, the Tonocracy plugin. Honestly, if I were to give it a rating, I think it's really high up there because the quality is there, the flexibility is there, the sound is there. Granted, there's a little bit of like muddiness, but I'm pretty sure that you can work around that, especially because there's like EQ and every kind of thing that you actually need to sound good. I feel like there's a lot of content in there too, and of course, like we saw that there's other captures and like there's artist captures or whatever, and we probably should be checking those out if we really want to go all the way there and stuff. But all I'm saying is like there's a lot of stuff in this plugin. I cannot believe this thing is free. It's really incredible that to be able to have the flexibility and the amazing quality of tools that we have nowadays, it's literally just an email and a couple clicks away and you're rocking. I remember growing up, it was so hard to get just like a cheap, terrible sounding amp and you still somehow managed. But nowadays you have like every kind of plugin that sounds amazing. And on top of that, you have free things that honestly rival the paid versions of anything in almost any category, I would say. So yeah, my friend, I'm very happy I got to check the Tonocracy plugin. I feel like it's a great effort that people are doing to be able to put this kind of plugin with this kind of quality into people's hands, because I can promise you that you can make an amazing sound with this thing. And as long as you figure out how to use it, which honestly, I've been playing with it, I don't know, like half hour, 45 minutes. And I learned most of the things that I really need, like maybe 80% of what I need to make a great tone. Maybe not a super advanced tone, and I would have to tweak it a little bit more just to understand the interface a little bit more and the tools that are given to you. But in terms of just getting a great sound really quickly, man, I just can't believe that this thing is for free with all those quality items that you have right there. And I'd be curious to check their, like whatever, the tone snap they're calling, because maybe some people have done really good work with that. But enough of that, my friend. We've heard enough about me. I want to hear about you in the comment section down below. And remember, always like and subscribe. And if you can financially support me by hitting that super thanks button, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. And if you have a little bit more time to go watch another video with me, go watch this one right here. I'll be waiting for you. Thank you so much for being here again, my friend.